The number 911 was ingrained into our brains as kids. It's easy to remember and dial during an emergency.
And that's the idea behind last year's launch of 988, the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. And now the Lifeline is expanding to support an even more diverse group of Americans. ABC's Reena Roy explains.
Good morning, 988. How may I help you?
Trained professionals assisting caller after caller dialing into the National Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, or 988. The three-digit number launched last summer to make it easier for people to remember.
We're seeing individuals who are dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety.
More than 2 million people called, texted, or chatted with a counselor. In just the first 6 months, the 988 line was up and running.
So the call volume has gone up exponentially.
It comes at a crucial time. The CDC releasing a new report saying more than 48,000 people died by suicide in 2021. That's the highest number in 4 years.
We are providing empathy, really building rapport, but also safety and risk assessing.
There are more than 200 call centers spread across the country, and now the program is expanding, having counselors on hand who speak Spanish and those who specialize in helping LGBTQ youth.
When someone calls in, they're able to hear a recording that states if they press 1, they get the veterans line. They press 2, they get Spanish, and they press 3, it's for LGBTQ.
The response has been intense. The volume was higher than we expected. When you are an LGBTQ young person, you want to make sure that the person is using your correct pronoun. You want the person to understand what you might be going through.
And there are plans to develop text and chat options for Spanish speakers in addition to the voice line.
It's important that they can actually express themselves in Spanish via text and chat. When you have folks, for instance, who are struggling with their gender identity, sometimes actually hearing their voice can be really triggering for their suicidal thoughts.
The Suicide and Crisis Lifeline encourages people to reach out to 988 even if they're not actively in crisis.
The biggest mistake that folks make around 988 is that it has to be an emergency. We'd like to catch you before then, and we're here.
And if you are experiencing a mental health or emotional crisis, call or text 988 to speak with a trained counselor 24/7. Reena Roy, ABC News, New York.